If I decide that the best way for me to advance my message is for me to join the NBA, become a professional basketball player, I will learn very quickly that that's not going to go well. And so do I go home depressed, or do I say, well, maybe basketball is not the best way? It's an interesting rabbit hole to go down, because it raises the question, and I can't remember if you and I have talked about this before, but knowing when to quit. Because, there are some people that say, nope, you never quit. That's what grit is. And there are some people who say, nope, there's a time to walk away.
Yeah.
And the question is, okay, but when? When do you apply grit and when do you walk away? Mm-hmm. And my rule has always been, if the sacrifice is worth it, you keep going, right? So I'm exhausted, I'm tired, but is it worth it for what I'm trying to do? Is this sacrifice, is this cost that I'm paying worth what the outcome is going to be? And if the answer is yes, you stick with it. If it's not worth it, if the sacrifice no longer feels, and that's the only standard, does it feel? There's nothing to do on a piece of paper, there's no pros and cons, right? If the sacrifice feels worth it, you keep going. The sacrifice no longer feels worth it, you walk away. That's healthy.
That question hits different when you are living it. Quit or keep going. It is not just about a job or a goal. It feels like it is about you, your character, your identity, your pride, and that is why people stay stuck. Most of us do not struggle to make decisions when the answer is obvious. We struggle when both choices hurt. If you keep going, you may keep paying a cost you cannot keep paying. If you quit, you worry you will regret it or disappoint someone or prove your worst fear true. Simon gives a simple rule that cuts through the noise. If the sacrifice feels worth it, you keep going. If it no longer feels worth it, you walk away. He even says that is healthy. That matters because many people treat quitting like a moral failure, like only weak people walk away, but walking away can be the smartest form of self-respect. There is another important idea inside his NBA example. Sometimes the goal is right, but the method is wrong. If Simon wants to spread a message, joining the NBA is a terrible vehicle. If it does not work, it does not mean the message is wrong. It means the path is wrong. A lot of people quit the mission because one approach hurt too much. This decision also gets messy because of sunk cost. You already spent years, you already spent money, you already told people, so you keep going. Not because it is right, but because turning around feels embarrassing. Pride can keep you trapped. Then there is fear. Fear of starting over, fear of being judged, fear of losing security. That fear makes you hold on longer than you should. On the other side, some people quit too early because they confuse discomfort with danger. Every meaningful goal has a stretch period where it feels hard. If you quit the moment it gets uncomfortable, you never build anything. So we need clarity, not motivational quotes, not a coin flip. Clarity. In this video, I am going to give you 3 questions that make it clear. They are simple, but they work because they force you to separate the goal from the vehicle, measure the real cost you are paying, and decide if the sacrifice still matches what you want. You do not need a giant pros and cons list. You need 3 honest answers. Question 1 helps you avoid quitting the mission when you only need to change the method. Question 2 helps you spot the difference between a temporary season of effort and a constant drain that is breaking you. Question 3 is the deciding question Simon talks about. Does it feel worth it? Let us start with the first question, because it changes the whole conversation. Here is the first question. Am I committed to the goal, or am I attached to the vehicle? A vehicle is the specific way you are trying to get what you want. The job title, the relationship, the business model, the routine, the degree, the location, the plan you thought would work. A goal is the deeper outcome: freedom, impact, security, growth, health, peace, connection, creative expression. Many people quit because the vehicle is failing. Then they assume the goal is impossible. That is not true. It just means you chose the wrong vehicle. Think about fitness. Some people say, I hate working out, so I guess I am not a fitness person. But what they really hate is the vehicle. Maybe they hate the gym. Maybe they hate running. Fitness can also be walking, swimming, dancing, boxing, hiking, sports, home workouts. The goal is health. The vehicle is negotiable. Or think about career. You want respect and growth, but your current company blocks you. You might decide, I guess this field is not for me. But the issue might be the workplace, not the work. Same field, different team, different environment. Or think about a business. You want freedom, but you built a business that traps you in constant calls and messages. You might think entrepreneurship is not for me, but the issue is the business model, not the mission. You can change the offer, raise the price, adjust the schedule, or choose a different audience. So, how do you apply this question? Do this in 1 minute. Write the goal in one sentence. What am I actually trying to get? Examples. I want to help people with my skills. I want a life with more freedom and less stress. I want to be healthy and confident. I want to build something I am proud of. Now write the vehicle in one sentence. How am I trying to get it? Then ask, if this vehicle disappeared tomorrow, would I still want the goal? If the answer is yes, do not quit the goal. Look for a better vehicle. Create 3 alternative vehicles, even if they are imperfect. If the goal is impact, the vehicles could be teaching, creating content, coaching, leading a team, volunteering, building a product. If the goal is freedom, vehicles could be a different job, a new skill, a side income stream, a move to a lower-cost lifestyle, a different schedule. This question removes panic. It turns quit or keep going into a smarter choice. Keep the mission, adjust the method. Now that you know what you are truly chasing, we move to question 2. Because even the right vehicle has a cost, you need to know what you are paying. Question 2 is this: what is this costing me? And is that cost temporary or constant? Simon uses the word sacrifice. That is perfect because every path has a price. The problem is when you pay a price that never ends and the outcome never arrives. There is a difference between a season of sacrifice and a slow leak. A season of sacrifice is when you choose a short-term cost for a long-term payoff. Studying for a license, training for a race, building a portfolio, starting a new role, learning a skill that will change your income. It can feel hard, but it has a clear direction. A slow leak is when the cost keeps draining you without building you. Your sleep gets worse, your health slips, your relationships suffer, your peace disappears. And you tell yourself it will get better, but nothing changes. So list the costs you are paying right now, not in vague terms, in real life. Time. Are you losing time with family or losing time for yourself? Health. Are you always tired, always tense, always sick? Sleep. Are you sacrificing rest for something that is not moving? Relationships. Are you becoming distant, impatient, or absent? Peace of mind. Are you anxious every day? Self-respect. Are you shrinking yourself or doing things that feel wrong? Now ask, is this cost part of a short season or is it the normal price of entry? Example, if you are studying for a certification for 3 months, the sacrifice might be fewer nights out and less free time. That can be temporary. You can see the finish line. But if your job makes you anxious every Sunday night for 2 years and the environment has not improved, that is not a season, that is a lifestyle. Or in relationships, working through conflict for a short period can be healthy. That is effort with direction. But constantly feeling unsafe, ignored, or disrespected is not growth. That is damage. Another example, building a business can require extra hours early on, but if the business requires you to be on call every day forever, that is not a season, that is the structure. You need to change the structure or leave. Here is a quick tool. Ask, what area of my life is getting worse because of this pursuit? If the answer is sleep, health, or self-respect, pay attention. Those are warning lights, not inconveniences. Also ask, am I learning and improving, or am I just enduring? Endurance without learning is a trap. Progress does not always feel good, but it usually comes with evidence, skill growth, better habits, small wins, a clearer path. If you are only surviving, the cost may be too high. This question does not decide for you. It clarifies the real trade. Now we go to the final question. This is the one Simon says is the standard. It is not a spreadsheet. It is a feeling, but it is a feeling you can test honestly. Question 3 is the deciding one. Does the sacrifice still feel worth it for the outcome? Simon says there is no perfect pros and cons list for this. It is about whether it feels worth it. That might sound too simple, but it is powerful because your body knows when you are forcing something that does not fit anymore. Worth it does not mean easy. Worth it means aligned. Here are signs it might still be worth it. You are tired, but you feel proud. The work is hard, but you respect the person you are becoming. You can see progress, even if it is slow. The struggle has meaning, not just stress. You still believe in the outcome. Think of an athlete training. The workouts hurt. The early mornings are rough. But the athlete knows why. The sacrifice feels connected to something important. Now here are signs. It may no longer be worth it. You dread it most days and you feel smaller. You keep losing sleep and peace with no clear gain. You are not growing. You are just stuck. The outcome does not excite you the way it used to. You feel like you are betraying your values. A simple way to test this is to imagine your life 1 year from now if nothing changes. Same cost, same stress, same pattern. How does that feel? If the thought makes your stomach drop, listen. Then, imagine 1 year from now if you walked away from this vehicle and chose a better one. Not perfect, just better. How does that feel? If you feel relief, that is data. Also separate fear from truth. Fear says, if I quit, I will fail. Truth says, if I keep going on the wrong path, I will lose time I cannot get back. And remember the NBA example. Sometimes the sacrifice feels not worth it because the vehicle is wrong. You do not always need to quit the mission. You may need a new route. This is why quitting can be healthy. It is not giving up on yourself. It is choosing yourself. Now we put all 3 questions into a simple decision method so you can move from confusion to action. Here is a simple method to use the 3 questions without overthinking. Step 1. Keep the goal. Change the vehicle. If the mission still matters, but the method is failing, pivot the method. Example. You want to grow your career, but your company is toxic. You keep the field, but change the workplace. You want to get fit, but your routine is miserable. You keep the goal, but switch the activity. You want to create, but your content style burns you out. You keep creating, but change the format. Step 2, keep the vehicle, adjust the sacrifice. Sometimes the path is right, but the cost is too high because there are no boundaries. Example, you keep the job, but you set a hard stop time. You keep the business, but you change your schedule and raise your prices. You keep the relationship, but you stop tolerating disrespect and you bring in support. You do not quit, you correct. Step 3, walk away and redirect. If the sacrifice is constant and the outcome no longer feels worth it, you leave. Not in a dramatic way, in a deliberate way. You close the loop, learn the lesson, and choose the next direction. 1 guardrail. Do not answer these questions in the middle of a breakdown. Do them when you are calm. Take a walk, sleep on it, then decide. Another guardrail. Give yourself a time window. If you are unsure, set a short review date, 7 days or 30 days. During that window, you run a test. If I set boundaries, does it improve? If I change the vehicle, does the cost drop? If nothing changes, the decision becomes clearer. This is how you avoid 2 mistakes. Quitting too early because you are emotional, or staying too long because you are scared. Now we close with follow-through. 3 actions you can take today, plus 1 story to remember when you feel stuck. Action 1. Write the mission and separate it from the method. In 1 sentence, write what you are trying to accomplish. Then write the current vehicle. Then list 3 alternative vehicles. This stops you from thinking the only option is to stay miserable or quit everything. Action 2. Do a sacrifice check for 7 days. For 1 week, track what this pursuit cost you in sleep, mood, health, time, and relationships. Not to judge yourself, to see patterns. 1 bad day means nothing. 7 days shows the truth. Action 3. Make a decision and take 1 commitment step. If you keep going, set 1 boundary today and schedule 1 next action. If you change the vehicle, book the first step on the new route. If you walk away, write what you learned and what you are choosing instead. Closing story. Imagine you get on a train because you think it is taking you toward your destination. After a while, you look out the window and the signs are going the wrong direction. You have 2 choices. Stay on the train because you already paid for the ticket, or step off at the next station and switch lines. The money you paid is in the past. The time you will lose is in the future. Grit is not staying on the wrong train. Grit is having the courage to get off, even when people are watching, and choosing the route that actually matches the life you want.